Great. And if you're going to be in St. John, New Brunswick this weekend, have an umbrella on hand. As we look to Sunday, you'll get a little bit more sunshine, but overall an unsettled weekend. Saturday morning, Halifax will be 10 degrees, Charlottetown 10 with some showers. And for St. John's, Newfoundland, it's wet. And it's wet across the island where a special weather statement is in place. By the end of the day Saturday, looking at 30 to 50 millimeters on the high end, including Gander. For St. John's, Newfoundland, 20 to 30 millimeters of rain and winds out of the east coming towards St. John's for tomorrow. Through to Sunday morning, Halifax under 5 millimeters. Fredericton, you'll be under 5 millimeters there. Now, taking a look at this video right here, you can see that we are seeing heavy amounts of rain into Sunday morning. This is going to begin tomorrow afternoon for Vancouver. 30 to 60 millimeters is possible. And as we look to the interior, also seeing quite a bit of rain, 5 to 15 millimeters towards Castlegar and north towards Kamloops. Now, we also have some snow to contend with through to Sunday morning. Places like Whistler, 5 to 15 centimeters of it. And speaking of snow, if you're going to be in Calgary, Sunday night, we could see a rain-snow mix. Saturday morning, you wake up to 1 degree in the city of Calgary. But look at this. Anywhere that has pink, pre-dawn hours of Sunday does see some rain snow mixing, but then again, Sunday night into Monday, that's when it's going to reach Calgary and still be in the city of Edmonton. Connect with us here. We had glorious sunshine across the GTA, and we are looking at a nice start to your Sunday in Toronto over towards London and Windsor, but we do have some showers potentially moving in for your Saturday afternoon. It will be very light and not much by the end of it. Under 5 millimeters for Bancroft, Kingston as well, and as you can see here in Quebec, a little bit heavier, 5 to 15. Temperature-wise, waking up to 8 degrees in Toronto with that sunshine, but Pembroke, North Bay, you're going to be seeing some showers. Moving towards the Prairie Provinces, cold temperatures are your story this weekend. We have Saturday morning starting off at 2 degrees in Regina. And look at Fort McMurray and Red Deer. Cold air invading Alberta. Cold enough that we do have snow in the forecast for your Saturday night into Sunday morning. Lake Louise over towards Nordegg and Edmonton. You're going to get a rain-snow mix, so that will be Sunday night as well as your Saturday night. And Calgary, Sunday night for you into Monday morning, bit of a messy commute because you're also seeing the potential of a rain-snow mix. Now, Saturday morning in Abbotsford, 9 degrees, and Nanaimo will be 9. We've got a new system moving along the coast of BC, so a dry day today. That's going to all change for the weekend. Showers moving in, likely up to 50 millimeters when all is said and done. And the winds are going to start to pick up as well through the Georgia Strait and along Vancouver Island. And this does move in to the interior as well. Now, if you want to impress your neighbors this year with your pumpkin, Kim McDonald certainly has a great idea, and you don't even have to carve it. Glad you could join us this evening. I'm meteorologist Nicole Karkic, and we're wearing red today here at the Weather Network as proud Canadians after a tough week. And thankfully, weather-wise, we can say that it was dry today for the processions. And where it's not going to be dry is going to be the east. Through the overnight, we do have Fredericton looking at some showers. St. John, 7 degrees with some cloud cover. And for Halifax, 11 and some showers for you. Now, Newfoundland, we do have a special weather statement in place for you. It's going to be a wet start to the weekend with on the high end up to 50 millimeters of rain for places like Gander. St. John's, 20 to 30 millimeters of rain for you, and not too much more to go through the Maritime Provinces. Halifax under 5 millimeters of rain. Moving next to Ontario, Barrie, Toronto, a dry start to your day, but for the afternoon you could see some increasing cloud cover. Where we're likely to get some showers for Saturday into Sunday are places like Kingston, Bancroft, over towards Montreal and Quebec City. Temperature-wise, Toronto sitting at 8 degrees for your Saturday morning. St. Catharines will be 10, Ottawa 4, and up towards North Bay and Pembroke, it's going to be a wet Saturday morning for you right into the afternoon. Now, these are our systems that we're looking ahead for. For southern Ontario, there's the showers that are coming through in the north and through cottage country, and there's the departing low in Newfoundland. So that departs, but then that next system comes through into the Maritime Provinces, so not getting much of a break, but we are clearing out here by Monday through parts of Ontario, and then another system making its way in. It's going to be a wet Tuesday for now in Ontario, and that eventually will move into the Maritime Provinces. Saturday across the country, driest weather is going to be in the prairies to start off, and for BC, another wet weekend for you. How can you connect with us here at the Weather Network? And we had lots of video last night, as well as pictures of some of the flooding rains we saw on the south shore of Nova Scotia. We do have a little bit more rain to go, although this has moved out of generally the maritime provinces into Newfoundland, where you're getting hit quite a bit harder into Saturday. Our very own Rachel Schutzen and Chris Murphy were in Halifax during that nor'easter. Here's more about their recent visit. All right, and they're coming home to report on weather right across the country next week. Now, for Saturday into Sunday, we've got Bancroft with under 5 millimeters of rain. Towards Montreal, same story, and Mount Laurier could be seeing a little bit more. Now, we start off the day fairly sunny around Toronto, Hamilton, and St. Catharines, but London could see some showers, so too could Barrie and North Bay and Pembroke. It's definitely a wet morning for you. Not wet in the prairies, but cold to start off, especially in Regina here, 2 degrees. Fort McMurray and Red Deer, -1 to start off your morning. And for BC, what's approaching is another system bringing you some rain, which is going to possibly up to 50 millimeters by the end of the weekend for the lower mainland and the southern interior, also seeing some showers. And by Sunday night, Calgary, a rain-snow mix. Coming up, we'll talk about weather patterns right across the country into next week in our Long Ranger with Chris May. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Nicole Karkic. So you can always check out the reversing falls in St. John, New Brunswick. Well, we do still have this very slow-moving low-pressure system bringing quite a bit of rain through parts of Nova Scotia and Cape Breton Island into the overnight, and for Newfoundland as well, where a special weather statement is in place. Now, we do have a warning for Inverness County, Cumberland County, Richmond County as well, Truro and South too, where we could see 25 to 50 millimeters of rain into tomorrow. Rainfall rates could be about 25 millimeters in 1 hour, so just coming down fairly quickly could cause some localized flooding. Take a look at Halifax from line down. For Halifax, things aren't impacting you as they are towards Cape Breton Island and towards the east of you. We're seeing under 5 millimeters of rain, but with some embedded thunderstorms and with a slow-moving system, anywhere that's in that warning, we'll be seeing a little bit more. And for Newfoundland, a special weather statement is in place, 20 to 30 millimeters for St. John's. You can see Gander could get up to 50 by the end of the day on Saturday. It's going to be 11 degrees in Halifax overnight. St. John's will be 10, and towards St. John, New Brunswick, we will see some cloud cover sitting at about 7 degrees for you. Overnight, Port aux Basques, 10 degrees. It's going to be a wet, soggy night and morning across Newfoundland. St. John's, you're going to be 10. And these are the rainfall totals we have seen so far from the event Wednesday into Friday afternoon. Western Head, 105 millimeters, Grand Manan 162, and while Halifax saw 46, the South Shore definitely did see some localized flooding. There were lots of pictures sort of strewn across Twitter that people were seeing some streets that were completely impassable. So this low pressure system moves into Newfoundland through the overnight. We get a bit of a break on Sunday, followed by a new low moving in for your Sunday night into Monday. Stay with us. Your long range forecast is coming up.